Hello everyone, this is H to the Husky here. I'm going to be casting a 1 versus 1 between Huck, who is spawning at the top right side as the purple Protoss, and he is going to be going against MorroW, the red Terran, in the bottom left side. So there we go. Huck is asking in a very questionable fashion, why is he spawning as purple? I don't know, but I am glad because it is so boring to cast red versus blue every single time. I wish players would pick colors more often. But regardless, he is purple this game, so it makes it a little bit more exciting for me to cast anyways, because I think Protoss is the one that looks the coolest as the different colors. So anyways, the map is Kulas Ravine. We are currently tied, I think, 2-2. They've been trading games back and forth this whole time, so definitely very even players here in the series so far, and it is a best of 7, so each player needs to win 2 more games in the next 4 to be the winner of the show match. It was a GosuCoaching show match. I don't know if it is I don't know if there's prize money, but it basically is I mean, usually show matches are for some sort of money, so there's something on the line. There is the I won a show match at least on the lines, and we've really seen some pretty interesting games between these two players. Like, I'm surprised that MorroW has been able to play so well against Huck, because I mean, Huck is really, really good. He was able to win MLG. He is definitely one of the top-ranked players in North America, one of the best Protoss in North America, and MorroW, I mean, he's been around forever, so that is definitely not too bad. I mean, he was good in StarCraft 1 and definitely in StarCraft 2. And I actually talked to Huck at MLG, and I was asking him, it's like, where did you come from, man? Like, did you have a history in StarCraft? Are you from another RTS? Did you just randomly pick it up? And he basically said that in StarCraft 1, he did play StarCraft 1, and he was A- on ICUP. And that's actually really, really good. But he said he was never really popular for whatever reason, like he never got in the scene or no one ever knew of him or whatever, but A- on ICUP was really, really good back in the day, so it's no surprise to see him playing so well here in StarCraft 2, as A- on ICUP is definitely top 200 in StarCraft 2 for North America, if you're able to be A- on that. So that's pretty cool. He does have a long history in competitive StarCraft, and it is no different here for StarCraft 2. Now, MorroW put his barracks in a peculiar place. I guess that just kind of helps him spot around his base to make sure there's no proxy or anything like that. And since he hasn't really decided to wall in for most of his games, then so yeah, he just decided to put it over there. Now he does have one Marauder done, and he does have concussive shells very early this game on the way, so could potentially be doing some early pressure here, possibly going to be putting down a bunker. Although there is a Zealot all the way already done for Huck, so he will stick that onto the SCV, I think. There we go. Now the SCV is going to get chased. I was like, what are you doing, Huck? You got to kill that SCV for sure. And so that SCV should go down. I don't think he can get out of there. Good control there from Huck to intercept that. But it does look like MorroW's actually going to be grabbing the Watchtower, not going to be going for super early aggression. He's not going to be sending out his very first Marauder, but he does have a second Marauder done now, and the upgrade should be nearly completed. So is he going to put on extremely early pressure? The answer could potentially be yes, or he could just be hot swapping over here to the different Watchtower right there, because that one's a little bit more of an aggressive Watchtower. You can see your opponent much quicker coming out of their base because it is slightly closer, and so it does look like Huck already trying to kill these rocks. This is something we saw him do on Steps of War, using his very first units to kill those rocks, so could potentially be trying to hide an expansion up here. Just needs to make sure he does not have these rocks taken out, because Marauders, they can shoot from right about here, and your Stalkers are not going to be able to stop that, so that could definitely open up that expansion. However, you got to remember that this expansion is hard to defend anyways because of these 2 entrances, and so if you secure this, then you only have to defend 1 entrance, but it's a longer distance to move your units back and forth. So we'll see if he decides to grab that, or if it's just a way out of his base, although he does have a probe over here. Even the probe's helping out knock down those rocks, so he'll probably be securing that expansion right away, and more Marauders and Marines, even Stim Pack on the way. So MorroW, to me, looks like he wants to be aggressive, although once again, he does have this 2 racks kind of thing, and what he's done previously is he'll expand after getting those 2 racks down. Like I mentioned before, it gives you enough units to defend, not really enough units to kill your opponent in most cases. So Huck is going to be dropping a pylon down right here, so potentially going to be getting an expansion, but he hasn't been saving up fully. He does have 3 gateways right now, so he is not going a 4-gate, although MorroW is actually going for a high yield, which Huck has really got to find this and see if he's able to scout it. Now, there is an army over here for MorroW. The positioning for MorroW is really, really good, getting a nice concave there, able to focus fire down one Stalker. The second Stalker goes down. Force Field's not really being effective right now. Guardian Shield would have been more beneficial, I think. But the kiting over here from the Marauders able to do quite a bit of damage, killing off one last sentry. And actually, I'm kind of curious to see the units lost there. Yeah, I was going to say, that was a really even exchange, as this Zealot will die, though. He has no chance of getting away. But that exchange was fairly even. Really, Huck controlled well there. The force fields were able to get 1 unit stuck, and it did allow him to kill them. That probe had that watchtower only for a couple of moments. And I guess Huck just wants this watchtower to make sure that no units are sneaking in the backside of his base. Not a bad choice, though. This high-yield expansion is almost completed. It is almost going to be done, and he will try and mine here. I mean, he's got to transfer his workers. There we go, right there. So every second he's able to mine from that should allow him to just pull way ahead, as that's why he's preemptively throwing down a bunch of buildings. He's throwing down another barracks and that factory as well to try and use a huge economic advantage, which he is now going to get right now. This is when the economic is going to kick in. Once this building pays for itself, then Huck is going to fall further and further behind, so he needs to make sure to at least, at the bare minimum, secure his own expansion or get something going here. It looks like he's going to be going for 1 base play here for an extended period of time, because he's going to be getting his Colossus out. He's got his robotics on the way, so he's going to try to be aggressive. He needs to attack, though, before this expansion really starts to kick in. MorroW is forced to grab the gas there, even though it is a high yield expansion. Not a lot he can do about it, and these units are going to begin shooting down these rocks like I mentioned before. There's really no way to stop this from these high ground area, so he's going to have to move out himself to kill that. Now, he should be able to see that, as, I mean, we take a look at his vision. He can obviously see it. So does he know about it, though? As a lot of times players may not realize exactly what's going on the minimap. He may spot it a second too late, as these rocks may actually fully go down. And with this high-yield expansion completely on the way, I think that Huck really needs to move out once this first Colossus is done to try and make something happen here. Just looking at the production tab, all he has on the way right now is Colossus, as he is doing the 3 gates and the Colossus. So he should be pushing out right about now, and he might actually be able to kill these units. I don't know if he is going to even bother, or if he wants to try and get them out of position. Now, this positioning for MorroW is actually really, really bad. I don't know if he realized this army is coming. Now he does. He sees exactly what's on the way, was able to back out. If that got intercepted, that would have been absolutely devastating for MorroW. Now, his high yield has kicked in, but he's got the starport. He's kind of in a weird situation right now, where he's only got 3 racks pumping right now, and even though he does have that high yield expansion, so it looks like he's going to intercept these units. They're trying to get as many kills as they can, but of course they are no match for this army. This was a much larger army. Does he have enough, though, to kill this? That is a lot of Marauders, and if they stem and focus fire perfectly, that Colossus could go down very quickly. The second Colossus just now spawning. Now, Huck, at this point, I would say he's sort of all in, because he doesn't have his own expansion on the way yet. His opponent has a high yield. He may not realize he's all in, and these Marauders are trying to focus out his Colossus. It's running around, though, and the Marauders will be able to snipe it, but at what cost? Many Marauders did die there. Actually, the price was right on that cost. Sorry for that terrible pun. But with the reinforcing Marines, the positioning of MorroW was phenomenal. Possibly could kill this Colossus. It's so low on HP. It's only got 20 HP, 22 HP. He's even got to drop units up here to try and finish it off. The Colossus is desperately trying to get away, but the Marines are going to finish it off. Great control here by MorroW in this game. Able to kill both Colossus with a minimal amount of forces, and so that is bad news for Huck, as he does not have the Thermal Lance upgrade. He was trying to get enough units to defend, but now this high yield, this is when the high yield really becomes a problem, because not only does Huck have more units lost by over 1,000, closer to 1,200 there, yeah, not a good place to be in right now if you are Huck. So the next game, Huck, I think, is going to be thrown off a little bit, just because he's been playing so well, but this game definitely not. I don't know what he can do at this point, because he's stuck on 1 base, does not have that Thermal Lance upgrade, hasn't even been able to get his own expansion, and the high yield has been taken. Now there's Vikings on the field with a bunch of Marauders to counter basically everything Huck has, and so the unit composition definitely favors the Terran right now. So unless MorroW messes up a great deal somehow, I just don't see how MorroW can lose this. I mean, let's just take a look at the income tab. 2,000 to 700. That is not good news if your name is Huck, as the Colossus now are going to try and move out, see exactly what's going on, just swinging by the watchtowers to see if there's an army in the center. And once this big battle in the middle happens, I don't know what Huck can do unless he can somehow kill Wow, it's about to be an epic moment there, and my computer totally crashes. So we're back, and Huck is in the center. He's still in dire straits like he was, you know, just a couple of seconds ago. So this army, I just don't know, because the problem is he doesn't have Zealot legs. He has nothing to deal with this Marine Marauder. He's only got 2 Colossus. He does not have enough to kill the Vikings with his Stalkers. He's going to try anyway, so here he goes. There's only 2 Vikings, so maybe the Stalkers can focus us down, but this does not look good for Huck right now. He's using everything he can to focus fire down these Marauders, but he does not have enough. They are way too powerful, and that is going to be that. I don't know what Huck can do at this point. There he goes. He is going to tap out. He tried to do one base play once again, and we saw this previously where his attack failed because he lost both Colossus, but the control from MorroW was really, really strong. So MorroW was able to win that game. Now he is up 3-2, so if he wins the next game, he wins this show match. If Huck wins the next game, it goes into the ace match. So we're going to watch the next game to see if MorroW can, you know, seal the deal and beat the MLG champion, or if it's going to go to the ace match. So we'll go ahead and cast that game right now, and I will see you guys next time.